guys, it's Melanie, and today we are doing another DIY because y'all know I just love my DIYs. So this one is going to be these guys, and these are their clothespins. Alrighty, so these guys are just from Dollar Tree, and I painted them and then I sanded them down to look weathered. They look like different ways. This is obviously blue and black, and these are painted. And then there's a different way, which is actually a stain. You guys, my brain's not working. So anyway, just a little quick DIY to show you guys what we do with these. You can hang pictures on them, or you could put them magnets on the back to make fridge magnets, which I super think is a cool idea. But anyway, yes, here's the video. Alrighty, voiceover time. Here is a close-up look at what the clothespins look like. This one on the end actually has stain and the rest were painted. I'm going to show you guys how I stained them, painted them, sanded them down, you know, added magnets, whatever. This black one on the left though, that's my favorite. But anyway, I want to give you guys an up close look at what we are making today, and I also want to give you an up close look at my daughter because look how stinking cute this face is. All right, to the video. Alrighty, so the first thing that I did was hang a string, and that way I can clip my clothespins to it. You can paint them while they're on there. You can paint them part way and then put them on there. I just recommend, you know, putting them on a string or a piece of paper or something, so that way they aren't touching the ground after you paint them. I think that's pretty simple. So anyway, you have one or two options, the stain or the paint. This paint was from the craft store. They sell it at the dollar store, some dollar stores too, but it's actually cheaper at Michael's. And then I used Q-tips, believe it or not. I like the way that it goes on, and I just think it's cheaper, and you can just throw them away when you're done. So anyway, this is how I used the stain. I used it two different ways. The first way was to just apply it while it was hanging. Yes, this is in double speed because my video was just taking too long, but you guys get the point, and then you wipe a little bit off. The second way, which I found a lot faster, was to just take another clip and pin it on and then just dunk it. I do want to say that there seems to be some sort of like seal or something over top of this, so it didn't take too well. Of course, if you sanded it down, it would take a lot better, but I just don't have the patience for something like that. I love the way that the paint one turned out, so I just stuck with that. You'll see how this turned out though. I have the finished product at the end of the video. So paint ended up being the best way for me to go anyway. I really like the way that it looks. The good thing about this is that you are going to sand it off anyway, so you can kind of just like haphazardly put it on there. I do recommend that you do paint with the grain, just so it doesn't look kind of too sloppy. Just paint it like up and down with the grain, and then it tends to dry really well. But you're going to sand most of it off anyway. But anyway, this is a you know, like ×2 video because again, I wanted to show you guys, but it takes a little bit of time. Yeah, anyway, I did it this way, and then I clipped it on and then painted the bottom halves. I just found it was easier. I could paint it faster when I actually had a hold of it, but hanging on the string made it just, you know, easier to dry. Here's another shot of just me painting. The only tips I have for this, besides, you know, going back and forth with the grain, is to not use too much paint. You know, just use enough paint. I'm pretty sure you guys can figure that out. I'm not really sure why I took so many clips of me painting. I hope it helps you guys. So anyway, this is what they look like drying. Make sure that they are completely dry, 100%, like really, really dry before you start sandpapering, or it won't look right. This is me trying to get another angle because, I don't know, trying to be artsy, I guess. Alrighty, so this is when the magic happens, the sanding. This is, by the way, what they look like when they're dry. The one on the bottom is stain, the one on top is paint, by the way. So this sandpaper, the whole pack is $1 at Dollar Tree. Love it, and you can also get it for super inexpensive at Home Depot. Cut yourself off a little strip so it's easier, and then begin to sand. So the trick to this is to just know how to like make things look old. So you go in and do the corners and the sides first. I like to use a higher grit sandpaper, but I like to use like a really light touch, and then just go in and rough up all of the corners or anything that would kind of naturally, I guess, get like weathered out first or bumped first. And then after you do that, you can kind of come out a little bit more from the edges, like on the top but close to the edge, if that makes sense. And then just lightly scuff it over the top, back and forth. Maybe like push down a little bit harder in certain areas, or just, you know, go back and forth. Take your time, and it may not be perfect the first time, but I mean, it's just sanding it. So you can always add paint and sand again. The whole point is to make it look old and rustic, which is kind of like the amazingness of it, because it doesn't need to be perfect. You can actually fold the paper in half like I did there and make like a couple like little rough spots. It's pretty simple once you get the hang of it, and the whole point is to make it look, you know, like it has been through the ringer. So I mean, I like it. Pretty super simple. I think that's what I like the most about these. And then on the edge, the side, whenever you do it, I like to open it and then just kind of like go over the edges there, and then just kind of like roughly sand it back and forth. It's a pretty simple process, and don't forget, you can always add more paint. Okay, so my hubby actually had the idea to spray paint the springs. They're super easy to take off, and then he put them on a card to spray paint for me. That way they would not get stuck together, the springs. And you just simply add a coat of spray paint. This is the difference. I really like the way that the dark spring looks. It's really super easy and simple. You okay, sis? My daughter just tried to like jump in here. She's like everywhere. Anyway, I really like the difference that a simple coat of spray paint makes. You know, yeah. So this is actually my favorite way to do this. This is with the magnet on the back. I think it's super cute, especially with Instax. Just, you know, on the fridge. Just one simple little tiny Polaroid with, I just love the way that this looks. So you can get this magnet. It's actually cheaper at Michael's than it is at Dollar Tree, or you can get that magnet from Dollar Tree, and then it has a sticky back, or you can glue it on, whatever you feel comfortable with. Just cut it down. I had to cut mine in half. Here you go, super easy. Stick it on the fridge. I love the way that these look with a twine string with like an Instax on them. Obviously I'm not going to keep these in the bushes. This is just for the video. There's an up close of what it looks like. I love the way that these look, and it's just so simple to do. And if you mess up, you can just always try again. This twine is also from Dollar Tree. But anyway, if you have any awesome things that you think I could do with this, they work awesome as like chip bag, like chip clips. We keep a lot of them in the kitchen just for that reason. But anyway, that is it. Thank you guys for watching. Please stay. Please subscribe. Check out my social media links down below. You know, all of that stuff. I do DIYs every week. It means the world to me that you guys would watch my videos. I think that is it. All right. Bye, y'all. Love yins.